Hi friends, today I would like to have discussion with you regarding one of the important, very much important kinds of writ, which is also called as a writ of quo warranto, or it is also called as a quo warranto. This means quo warranto means by what authority a particular person is holding the public office or government post without possessing basic qualification to possess that post, without appearing for the examination, or without having minimum basic qualification required to hold that post. If such a person is holding that public office, government office, then such a person can be removed from the post, such a post. Therefore, the conditions which are required to file such a petition of quo warranto: number one, a person is holding the public office, government office, that is public post, and that person who is holding the post does not have the basic qualification, minimum qualification, or requisite qualification to possess that post, or sometime the selection process itself is illegal, or no uh, advertisement is issued, selection is done back the door, or no written examination is conducted, no interview is conducted, etc., and the person has been appointed by the influence of influential authorities like ministers and higher authorities like that. In that case, any public minded person can file a writ of quo warranto before the Honorable High Court or Supreme Court, getting direction from this Honorable Court to remove that person from that particular post. The court will ensure that the person does not possess a basic qualification necessary or required to hold that post, or a minimum qualification required to hold that post, or no selection process has been followed. In that case, court can, if on satisfaction, court can direct him to direct the authorities, state government or central government as the case may be, to remove that person from the post. So basically it is right of the court to ask by which right you are holding this post, that to when you do not possess this basic qualification, necessary qualification, requisite qualification required to hold that post. Now I would like to give some examples. Now, to be a principal of any college, that principal should have PhD, Doctor of Philosophy. If a person is not having Doctor of Philosophy, then he cannot be permanently appointed as a principal of college. Forget about in charge, because in charge is not permanent, because charge is only given to him for few days, might be some months. So a person who has been appointed as a principal but who does not have the PhD, Doctor of Philosophy, then that PhD itself is a basic qualification, necessary qualification required to be a principal. In that case, any person, even student of that college, can file a writ of quo warranto or quo warranto before the concerned High Court, and the court will ask question him by what authority you hold this post, and thereafter, after hearing him, can remove him from such a post. Second example I would like to give here: to be a professor or assistant professor, the basic qualification is he should have at least NET, NET, or SET, SET, or PhD. That is the basic qualification, necessary qualification, requisite qualification, minimum qualification to be a assistant professor. If person does not have such a qualification, despite that he has been appointed as a permanently, he has been appointed as an assistant professor in any colleges, then anybody can file writ of quo warranto, because this is very fit case. And so many examples. For example, MPSC or UPSC, a person does not have basic qualification, no selection process has been conducted properly, no advertisement was issued, no written examination was taken, however the person has been appointed. In that case, writ of quo warranto can be filed. To appear for UPSC or MPSC, minimum qualification is that a person should have graduation. Without possessing the degree of graduation, he cannot appear for that examination. For example, assume a person appears without having that degree and gets the competitive examination cleared, and now thereafter he has been appointed. In that case also his selection is illegal because he does not have the basic qualification graduation. In case if he found to have submitted some fake document or the degrees of the graduation done by him from the university which have not been recognized, then in that case he can be removed from the post because he does not possess the basic qualification or hold the basic minimum qualification of graduation. Therefore, the important thing is that he is holding the government office, public office. Therefore, any public minded persons from the public can file such a petitions, and the criteria to file such a petition is the person is holding the post without possessing, that is public post, and without possessing the basic qualification, basic essential qualification, necessary qualification to hold that post. Only two criteria, or his selection itself is illegal. In that case, any person can file, and the question of locus standi will not come into picture. Court cannot ask that. Court cannot ask the petitioner what your right has been violated, how do you have interest in the petition, etc. Because locus standi will not be applicable here. The concept of locus standi is broadened in such a cases because any public minded person from the public can be allowed to file such a petitions. Or sometime court can suo moto treat a letter as a petition also. If anybody has written a letter, court can also treat such a letter as a petition and can direct. Hope that you understood this concept of writ of quo warranto or quo warranto. Thanks to hear me.